Press the
watching
button.
at home
We
tonight.
are probably live soon enough.
When we do can we do the "You Are a Pirate" song at the beginning of all of them?
I don't know.
Only if you do the Elstorm version.
Yes, I love that.
Only if you do the Elstorm version.
Agreed. But hello everybody. This is the Riders of the Lost Sword podcast, and this week we're taking a break from talking about Go-Go Sentai Kyuranger, and we're going to talk about the hype for both Uchu Sentai Kyuranger and
and the lack thereof of the new Power Rangers movie.
There is hype, but it's not all positive. Hype is neither positive nor, but there is hype for the MMPR booth.
Hey, boy, is it stinky.
This is Nami-chan?
Ooh.
I'm Andy.
Oh my God. I'm No-san.
I'm Frozen Traveler, and I actually know how to be patient and wait for my turn.
So we're gonna start with the one that's gonna vomit in anger, or the one that makes our hearts feel happy.
Let's start with happy and just kind of ruin this with bad stuff.
All right, take a shot every time we make fun of something, and by the end of this, you're gonna be dead.
Yep.
So I can't.
Though, if you want to survive, drink water.
I can't seriously suggest you actually do that. Then.
Yeah,
because I'll get sued with my luck.
I do like the Kyuranger stuff, but some of them are dumb, and I do want to make fun of some of it. But just on basic aesthetics of what we've seen for Kyuranger, I love the general suit design. I think it's fantastic and unique, yet uniform. They all look like they're part of the same team, yet each ranger has something very unique about their suit. Be it wings, or a tail, or a weird-ass beak, or fluffiness. Or being fucking, swole as shit.
I have been hit at the gym. I broke every single weight machine.
Like, motherfucking what's the black called?
Taurus. Let's just call him Taurus.
It's just Taurus Black?
Yeah, let's just call him Taurus.
Yeah, because I forget the individual names. Like, that dude looks like he hit Arm Day more than Knuckles in Sonic Boom.
Like, he didn't quit the gym. The gym quit him.
Like, I understand he's a robot. How is a robot so swole?
He's a robot?
Yeah, Black is a robot.
Okay. So, is Gold a robot too? Just by looking at the pants?
Some of them are robots, some of them aren't. I don't remember what all is what.
And some of them are aliens.
Yeah, some are aliens, some are robots, some are just people-y people. And it's a lot to learn for 9 people of a show we don't know names of characters to yet.
I'm just trying to look at some of the similarities between the races and stuff. But I think
because there's a Wolfman, a Falcon Condor bitch, a Scorpion dude who I am all for.
Orange Ranger
robot. Like there's
the
gold, silver, and black are robots. I think.
I would want to say gold, blue, and black are.
I know that.
Blue
I know
red,
red, green, yellow, orange, and silver. I believe that's going to be your main 5.
That's
and
a weird main 5. Like that's really fucking cool. That the main 5 is just unusual colors.
Yeah, and I think it was like blue,
red.
No, red. Well, red's always going to be.
Oh.
Yeah. So black, pink. What am I thinking of? Black, pink. Black, pink, yellow, and green, I believe, are the support ones. Because if you think about it, that makes sense. Because if you look at them, some of them have stars, and then some of them don't. I bet you the ones with the stars are going to be like your main ones.
They all have stars.
Not the same size. Some of them have much bigger ones.
Yeah, that's probably because of body comparison.
I don't know. I mean, some of them look like a seriously designed big like star. And I don't know. I'm still. Well, I mean, 5 of them have face actors named, and that one's for red, green, yellow, orange, and silver. They have face actors like Gil. So I would assume they're going to be the main 5. Then maybe I don't know.
Oh, I didn't notice this. Blue has claws on his boots,
and he has fur on his leggings
and collar.
So, furries rejoice.
We got another
Sentai.
We got another furry ranger. Yeah,
Black looks like
I'm
he's
counting
wearing
Geki Pepper.
like a cowboy hat every time I look at him first.
Who?
Black with the
So
horns
he's
sticking
this
out
big.
like that.
Yeah.
That when I first look at him, and all I think of is like the cowboy hat that Star Ninja wore.
So, with the cast this big, who do you think he's going to die? Because it seems kind of
All of
one of those
them.
things that's bound to happen.
I don't know.
I don't know. It's been a long time since someone's died in Sentai.
Like, I want the series to hit that stride of things are dark and serious, but still lighthearted, like some of my favorite shows do. But it seems like most of the Sentai have been a lot more lighthearted and comedy-centric.
Yeah. Ninja, Tokyuger, Kuryuger.
Like, as fun as Kyuranger was, it was still really lighthearted.
Yeah.
Like, I haven't seen all of them, but Kyuranger might be the darkest out of them all, and that's like 3% black to 95% pastel.
Kyuranger? I don't know. I thought Tokyuger, when it got dark, was much darker than that.
I need to watch Tokyuger.
Yeah,
I mean, it had the thing about Tokyuger is when it went light, it was really light-hearted, but when it went dark, it was really dark.
Yeah, so
But
dark
still-
shadows would be appearing off of the people.
Yeah, the whole last arc in general was pretty dark on it.
I'd say the last 5 episodes were kind of like that.
But even
really
so,
good.
these past 5 years have been very as compared to some of the stuff beforehand.
Well, yeah, I mean, I can't think of any like really dark Sentai going back.
Die Ranger?
Till Shinkenger, I think, is probably the darkest one I can think of.
Shinkenger got really dark, and
Jetman.
Geki
Yeah,
Ranger
that's going
got
back a lot
pretty-
further. I mean, I would say more the most recent ones.
Geki had some really dark moments as well.
I still want to say Die Ranger.
Yeah, but that's going back further. I was just
that's
thinking
way
like
too
the
far
most
back.
recent one. Yeah.
Hurricane actually had some dark stuff in it, too.
I think that is at least balanced out by how lighthearted and parody and jokey the series was. Like, Shinkenger hit a good medium between, we're happy and, oh, this motherfucker's trying to bring hell on Earth.
Right.
Literally
And
hell
I'm
on
not
Earth.
saying one's further backward. I was just trying to think of the most recent one that was kind of dark.
Like, not to devaluate, like, Jetman, because Jetman got dark, but we're just talking, like, the past 10-ish years, at least, of Sentai. We haven't had a really good emotional dark series. Not saying it's grimdark, but takes itself seriously enough to be dark and not feel out of place.
Well, I feel like in general the show started being aimed at a slightly younger.
I was going to
audience.
say, it does feel like it's getting younger, especially with the gimmicks. Like, look at the current one and say that isn't aimed at, like, 5 to 7-year-olds who love Minecraft and animals.
Well, maybe a little older than that, but at least I'm thinking from. Well, the problem is I can only think of it what it would be from a U.S. perspective.
And to me, my kid's 5, he loves Minecraft, and he loves. So if he could read better, he would be all over Zyuohger.
Right.
In fact, I might put that on for him.
It is pretty good.
But, like, even the concepts of, Uchu Sentai, Kyuranger, it's really interesting. Constellations, for the most part, right?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
and if they're going with the constellation thing, there's 12 in all, so we're going to have 4 extra rangers coming by.
Wait, are they going off of the, Zodiac constellations, or what? Because there's a lot of constellations. We don't know what. Because
Probably
they seem
the
to be
Zodiac
picking-
ones. Most likely the Zodiac ones, because we have Pisces, we got Taurus, we got Leo, Scorpio, Libra, Cobra,
You know who would make a fun cameo in this, right?
Kenji Oba?
Bruce
Force.
Campbell.
Esau
Bruce
got it right.
Campbell.
Who?
Hey,
Force
He
shows
can
up
do it.
randomly?
They could do it.
No, they couldn't. Due to certain things that happen in the movie, he's not exactly Forze at this point. Unless time travel
Well,
is
you
involved.
Well, you know, weirder things have happened in Sentai. I mean, we got a fucking god noodle as a monster.
Yeah, I wouldn't rule anything out. Plus, in the normal timeline, isn't this just like 3 years after he stopped being Force anyway? Because in the like Wizard movie, it jumped to the future with him being a teacher. That's like future shit, right?
Yeah, I have no idea.
Exactly. Timelines are confusing.
Yeah, he did become a teacher and whatnot, and then he kind of threw his driver in some lava, but it really wasn't lava because...
But that was
metalworking
Future
and stuff.
Force, right?
Yes.
Yep, but
Yes?
yeah, so
Yeah, you
technically
say
it could
yes
be before he even threw it
confusedly.
away.
We don't know, so it can be on the table. Fuck, Deno can come in and give him a ride to the past.
We
Anything
don't really,
can happen.
we don't really know the time difference between Forza and Wizard anyway, so...
Logically, it should only be a year, but does
No.
logic apply?
No.
It is.
Well, because it also takes about 5 years to become a teacher or something, or 6,
Yeah.
was it?
Yeah.
Plus, let's be honest. It's in real world time a year between Goseiger and Gokaiger, but within Sentai, it's 5 years in between the two attacks, right? Or is it a year?
Yep.
Roughly.
I thought
Oh,
it said a
from the
year
one at the
in
first
show.
episode? God,
Yeah.
it says right in the first episode, and then it never mentions it again, so I forget.
Time is not a real factor in Tokusatsu unless they mention and keep to it. They can say time
Which
all
they
they
never
want.
do.
Exactly.
You mean like the year of Go Busters, which I believe was 2000XX?
Yeah.
It was a year before, as well, before, Gokaiger.
What the fuck? Like, I don't care about time with
Yep.
Toku. It does not count.
So if it was
Yeah.
20XX, did they meet Mega Man?
My name is Mega Man. Blue and cyan.
But
The
I was
creation
kind
of
of...
Dr. Right or Light if you are American.
I would be kind of right for them to meet up with Kenji Oba, also known as Space Sheriff
Space
Gavan.
Sheriff. That
Gavan.
seems like an easy crossover, but I
Yeah.
don't know if they're gonna.
And most
Winslet-
likely they're going to have the new Gavan, the new guy.
Yeah,
Have they talking about?
I mean,
that
they also have
progressive-
Charvin too.
Yeah, the
Have
guy.
they done the?
Shida.
Yeah.
Have
Since
they
they've
done the
done
Decker
Charvin-
Ranger, Gavin?
Yeah, that's happening still.
Well, I mean, is it happening or has it already happened?
It's
For what?
happening.
I think it's happened. It's just we haven't actually seen it yet because it's not on DVD yet.
Seen what?
Or is it?
The Decker
Like,
Ranger
Decker
Gavin
Ranger.
crossover.
Oh, yeah, it's not technically out for fan subbing yet.
So the fact that they're calling the mechs in Kyuranger Voyagers,
Really?
I think I may have too many jokes and too many Star Trek jokes for that.
What is this too many? Captain, set your phasers to stun and unleash the photon torpedo.
No, I mean too many, as it might be the only ones I come up with as I watch it. Is more what I was thinking.
Well,
One of them is going to get lost and take 7 years to come back.
Yeah.
And nothing will be changed on it.
And another one is
It'll look
trying
as
to go.
new as the day it was built.
And one of them is trying to get with every alien ever.
And then one of them,
That'd
will
be
just
that'd be the Enterprise.
the
Sure.
captain of one will just slowly try to take over the rest of them and use that to take over the world. Crud! Although I did notice that it is a post-invasion story, that the Earth has already been invaded. So all I can think of is, damn it, Gokaiger, you were supposed to stop that from happening.
You have
the-
one fucking job.
the Gokai Callion fucked off to space and they don't care anymore. They got the Triforce and they moved on.
But speaking of that, I love how every time Gokaiger came back, not so much in the Zyuohger one, it was like, how often did they just pretend to be evil when they came back?
I
Well,
think
that's 'cause-
Marvelous gets bored and he's like, fuck it, let's be bad for a little while.
But it's
That-
always a plan to like trick someone, but they always come back pretending to be evil.
And you have to agree, Luca probably has fun getting all those expensive clothes and wearing them and charging everyone for them.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
I love how, like, if you really think about it, how easily you can go over Gokaiger and decide who in One Piece they're supposed to be.
I swear to God, they did that on purpose.
I know they probably did, but it just makes me think of it every time.
Like, I adore Gokaiger and One Piece, and the comparisons write themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just there's no Sanji, and that makes me sad.
well, Doc is kind of the Sanji.
Doc
Joe.
is
Joe.
Usopp.
Joe.
Doc is Usopp. Joe is Zoro.
Zoro.
Yeah, but he can also. But Joe can cook, can't he?
No, Doc is the one who can actually cook.
Okay, so
But
Yeah,
Doc is clearly the coward, though. That's the thing.
yeah, and Joe is the swordsman. That's his title.
Yeah.
And the
I mean,
first
he even
move.
had 5 fucking swords at one point, too.
To be honest with you, though, actually, Marvelous is more of a combination of Sanji than Luffy, and Luffy than just Luffy himself. Because he's not dumb enough to be Luffy.
No one's dumb enough to be Luffy. Like, I love Luffy to death. That kid has a problem in his head. Like, as much as I rag on Naruto for having to use a child safety shuriken, Luffy probably shouldn't be able to feed himself.
Well, no,
he
that's
falls
about all he
asleep
can
while
do.
Eating.
I mean, you tell him
If
a
not for
plan.
being-
You tell him a plan. He doesn't follow the plan. So you have to make sure that the thing about your plan is to not have Luffy know about the plan, because he's just gonna forget about it anyway.
Also, don't, let Zoro find his own way. Because he's so bad at directions. When he died, he heard a voice say, "Come to the light," and he walked away from it, and that's why he didn't die on the freaking zombie pirate ship.
Yes, but who's worse at directions, him or Ryoga?
Ryoga,
Oh, you never seen Ranma?
I'm not a fan of that writer.
Oh,
Like,
well.
I don't like Ranma, and I like Inuyasha to a point.
Oh no, it's just Ryoga actually spent years trying to find the right way because he turned the wrong way and ended up wandering the earth for like 7 years.
I think Zoro might still be worse at directions. The dude
Well, Zoro was the one, if I remember right, wasn't it supposed to be like stay on the road and the road turned, but he kept going straight and went right into the woods? I couldn't remember if that was Zoro or if that was another anime.
Zoro, if you say go in this direction, he will turn and think he's doing the right thing. He min-maxed his sword ability for, dropping all, sense of direction.
So, Kyuger's giant robots, without really just kind of taking a quick glance at it, for some reason I was kind of reminded of Gosager's giant mech.
Where's its mech? I think we've seen, the lion docking thing, but I don't remember seeing the mech.
I put it's in the background of the
Oh, that's it.
yeah
That's very nice.
yeah
I didn't see it back there at first.
yeah. It's kind of hidden behind all the orbs of
Here's
the.
a link that gets better. Hold on. Give me a
Yeah.
second.
I mean, just looking at it, it does look a bit interesting. Maybe each orb is like a cockpit or something.
That'd be an interesting take on it.
Or if it's just the thing they use to
Jesus
connect to each
Christ.
other.
I can see those orbs being switched out individually.
Yeah, and maybe we can have something like well, in one of the newer generations of Voltron, they were able to switch out the lions for who gets to form the head, and each one had its own unique properties. Like Yellow was super strong and had this ball and chain weapon instead of the sword, or
Here's
change it
a
to
better
red.
link to see each of the individuals and the full one.
I remember seeing the lion one before.
Yeah,
I like that. They're definitely gonna switch out the arms and legs multiple times.
yeah.
Almost certainly.
Because you get
I mean,
9 different. You get a combination of 9 here, roughly. I'm not sure how well you could put that into. You got 9 pieces, and we have maybe a slot for 5 of them.
Well, the red is gonna stay. The red's the main body.
Minus
limbs.
-1.
Yeah. So
okay.
he's gonna switch out the other 8 rangers as needed.
Okay.
I don't know. The silver one, if you look at the silver one, it looks like it could be a center section as well.
Oh, I didn't scroll down yet.
No, wait, never mind. It says it forms the left leg.
Okay, math people. For any of you super math geniuses, calculate how many combinations this thing can make.
No.
13, 12. Basically, you would have to do 9 times 8 times 7 times 6 times 5 times
Well, that's
4 times
assuming
3.
each piece can go onto any part of the body.
Well,
Yeah.
if you do just that way, then if you just went 9, then you have 362,880.
Jesus Christ, you're good at math.
No, Google has a calculator.
Oh, fuck you. I'm sitting here shit, I feel dumb and no, you're using a goddamn calculator.
No, yeah, literally, you type any equation into Google, it'll just figure it out for you.
Oh, But yeah, it gets 2 arms. It gets a swap out for each limb, basically. Looks like.
Yeah, but you know that like they can't do like every one of those 5, and that's Now also that's assuming that not only that an all 9, but all 9 could technically be 2 of them combined together. Because technically, if you only assume that it has to have at least 5, then the total would be different. The total would then be 9 times 8 times 7 times 6 times 5, which would just be 15,000 and something. 15,120.
Goddamn.
That one I did do in my head.
Okay.
Yeah, because you'd only be picking 5, so you don't do the whole thing. Because then the other way would be assuming that you can have a combination of 2 mechs, which you might be able to. Who knows? I was surprised that there hasn't been more combinations in Zyuohger, with the way that they had 3 for so often. That I expected a lot more combinations from that. I thought Kyuranger had a lot more combinations than it did.
Yeah. I mean, looking at Zyuohger, you think that they would actually be swapping out with the crocodile and the wolf, but they didn't. They left the crocodile and wolf to be on the rhino one. And they go beyond that.
That's strong.
Well, yeah, okay, so let's move on to the transformation device here.
The cool frickin' star wrist thing?
Oh, yeah. For some reason, it kind of reminds me of a Buzz Lightyear's laser wrist thing. But with an added grip for some reason. Maybe for a sword attachment.
I don't know. I'm so glad we're getting an official wrist-mounted henshin device for a whole team again. I can't think of the last time it was... The closest we had was Gekirangers. No, Go Buster. I always forget about Go Buster.
Kyuranger had wrist ones.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. They had
the only one who didn't was 6. He had the phone. But the other ones had the train things on their arms that had the gates.
He had an iPod.
And they could dock with each other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they could switch lines.
Except for 6.
Yeah, which was funny because Raito tried to.
But I like wrist-mounted henshin devices. They feel more... to me, it feels like something you can play with a lot more than a cell phone.
Yeah.
Plus,
There's
I swear
been too many cell phones.
Looking at
if
you,
they're going to do a cell phone again, I want them to do a smartphone that just looks like a normal smartphone, but instead you, buy the app and you can do all the stuff in it. That, to me, would be so much cooler.
That's what 6 kind of did.
Yeah, that was Tokyo 6. It was a smartphone. They never really played with the idea of it being a smartphone, but it was.
Yeah.
Because, instead of selling the toy, sell a phone case that let you download an app to play with their, mech summonings and their henshin thing. That would be a really cool change up. And then you'd have a lot more functionality than a bunch of plastic buttons that do lights and sounds. They could put, mini games in it or something. That I would fucking love.
Updates! So you won't have to worry about the data miners fucking with the toy.
Oh, people would data mine that and find out everything about the series.
Yeah. I mean, that's why most final transformation devices for the latest Kamen Riders have been peripherals with their own sounds. Like with the Type Trideron or the Mugen icon thing.
Or if they're smart, they would put fake henshin sounds and things in the app to confuse leakers. But I would do that.
Yeah, it's you.
No, I might be wrong. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt on that.
Go ahead.
I was going to say... No, I was just thinking... Has there been a female Green Ranger before?
No.
Ninja, technically, but what? I don't think that's counted as...
That doesn't count.
I was about to say...
That's a V story. That one doesn't count.
I don't know. It is there, but it is not canon, is it?
It's the Midori Ninja? No. Well, no, because it's kind of a created thing. It wasn't a true ninja.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so Mr. Brown.
Well... They played
it's a
with
lot more than that.
If you saw the last episode in Ninja, when they finally defeated Kyumon, they he left the green shuriken, and since I actually refused to watch, the 5 years later movie. I just read it because I watched some of it and I was like, this is the stupidest thing ever. And essentially it was like kind of a reincarnation, kind of a just bringing the memories forward of that. And basically what they did is they just let the voice actor of Kyumon actually just be a ninja for something. So she got to be a ninja, and she was a Midori or green ninja. But I don't think that really counts.
There's debate on whether it counts or not. I don't think it does.
If it was only in a one-off, I never count it.
This is also the first time we have had a chameleon ranger that was a ranger.
Yeah.
Because as much as I want to count Melee, I fucking adore that girl. It doesn't. She's an extra hero, if anything. And God, do I love her.
By the looks of thing, yeah, I'm looking at this Mito ninja thing.
Sorry?
Yeah, the green ninja.
Midori?
Yeah.
Midori.
Yeah, Luna Kokono?
Yeah.
Yeah. From the looks of it, she's pretty damn official.
Yeah, but it's a one-off.
She's even got
So
a ranger
It's a
key.
V cinema.
She's got.
Yeah,
She's even got a ranger key.
Oh,
The
I know.
Akiba Rangers have ranger keys.
But my whole point is, if it's only a one, then it doesn't really, to me, feel like an actual member. It was more of a guest star thing.
Like if she appears in another thing, then she's official. To me, if it's a V cinema or a Hyper Battle video, until it's been shown in like a movie or another series, it's not official yet.
Yeah.
Wait and see if she shows up in the Ninja
Crossover.
Zooger.
Crossover. I'm not going to be looking forward to that, seeing that there's now a fourth Red Ranger in that.
There's only one Red Ranger.
There's going to be a fourth one.
Why?
A fourth Red Ninja?
Yep.
Oh, does he have a son now?
Yep. He
Wow.
breeded.
Who the hell breeded with Takaharu?
An open hole.
No, well, all I can think of is the Rick and Morty episode with the sex bot he buys that actually gives him a kid. So I'm like,
God, that'd be amazing.
that's all I could think of is he had a sex bot that actually just took his like genetic material and just made a kid for him.
So yeah.
So Ninja Sex Scroll?
Sure, why not? He made a female clone of himself, and then that's how it worked.
Yeah.
Question:
So,
if you fuck your clone, is it like, are you having sex with someone else, or is it like cutting edge masturbation?
actually, they kind of made a whole entire new thing called that before that. It's called Mecest.
Yes,
Mecest.
I am down with Mecest. All we need is Mr. Meeksy-cest now.
Okay.
Okay, so we got a little bit here. I do like it that there's going to be a girl Green Ranger. Finally, to get beyond
It's
yellow
really short.
and blue
And pink.
And pink
And white.
and white.
and white. Orange? Do we count Swan Ranger
I
from
sort
Becca?
of. I don't know. I count her as an extra ranger, but that still counts as like orangish, right?
Well,
Yeah.
Silver from Goanger.
Yeah, she counts as silver. I mean, it's not done often, so it's not a lot. But yeah, females have had a orange and a silver.
Yep.
White. Yellow.
And a purple.
Technically a red if you count Kaoru from Shinkenger.
And I always count Kaoru. I
She
love
was
that.
awesome.
Yeah, because she's the 16th head? 17th?
No, I think she's the 16th because doesn't he become the 17th then?
Yeah,
Right.
she replaces Takaru because he's not the true head yet.
Yeah.
And anyone, and I don't ship often, anyone who doesn't ship Kaoru with Ryunosuke did not see the sexual tension between them.
Isn't she supposed to be like 15?
Is she?
She was supposed to be really young, is at least my understanding.
Well, the age of consent in Japan, it's cool.
And Ryunosuke, I think, wasn't he supposed to be the oldest in the group?
Hey, you're making
Was-
this creepy for me, dude.
Wasn't he
Not
the Blue
intentionally,
Ranger?
but wasn't. I thought he was supposed to be the oldest.
Well, if he's the
No,
Blue Ranger, then yeah.
No, Mako was the oldest.
All right, to the Googles.
Because
Yeah,
I could have
already-
sworn she was like 20 or 21.
I already have the wiki
Well, I
up.
know that she was old enough they were making jokes that she wasn't married. That's the thing. I know that much.
Jesus Christ, Amori, stay in the fucking ball.
Shinkenger? We're looking up
Yeah.
here? Let's see here.
Because I swear to God, she's the oldest out of that team.
Well, Kodaha is like the 17th predecessor. Shinken Yellow.
Yeah, she's the youngest
Yeah.
on the team. At like 16, 17?
Yes?
I could have sworn Karu was older than her.
Karu.
I'll look it up while we're talking because I have it open.
Yeah.
And I think it's
Alright,
17th and 18th actually were the heads, it looks like, so.
What do you feel is gonna go on in Kyuranger? Because admittedly, we know jack shit except pictures.
I would want to say there's of course going to be in team quarrels for those character development moments. Of course, explosions, laser beams, fighting, swords, really dopey looking minions, even dopier looking monsters. Unnecessary robot changing parts.
You're just explaining Sentai tropes at this point.
Roll calls.
I at least hope there's like inner team strife between like the races and of the people.
That's what
Like
I
not
said.
necessarily like racism in between them, but like inherent differences between like the wolf dude and the bird chick, like butting heads more than just, oh, I'm better at this or I dislike you. Like it's on a species level against each other. Because isn't like some of the robots like defect? Didn't they like defect from the enemies of the series? I think that might play an important role in the series. Because if I read the right thing, Gold and Silver and someone else defected from the bad guys of the series.
I would
was
believe that.
A bad leak. I don't remember, but I think that it just itself shows there might be a little bit of a like deeper story, at least with them personally, with what's going on.
I want at least one scene where one of the Earthlings asks them, "Okay, so how do you eat?" And they're like, "Oh, like this." Off screen, there's food flying everywhere into his face, and then it cuts back. He's just politely wiping off his mouth with an empty bowl in front of him. That's how. And the Earthling's face is just mortified.
I want them to do a lot of fun species type gags with the bird, wolf, and scorpion peoples.
It might help preening my wings.
Like make the joke where Tokusatsu will make alcohol references, but I don't think they'll do the thing where if you put like a drip of like hard liquor on a scorpion, they'll sting themselves. Or like the dude say, "Oh, I can't drink. Bad things happen. I start stinging people."
Yeah,
that would be interesting.
Yeah.
Like not, "Oh, I'll impale myself." "Oh, when my species imbibes alcohol, I start poking people with the poisony part."
They're probably gonna have some kind of joke with the scorpion guy being poisonous, and he's always got an antidote on him.
Or say he's got a poisonous personality.
Meh.
And if they resist the joke of the wolf dude being on top of the house howling at the moon, I will lose all respect for the writers.
Or have a ball thrown and he goes after it.
Sniffing the dog's butt?
Maybe.
Like, we're not beyond this in Tokusatsu.
Civilian powers. What if these guys have civilian powers?
Red Rocket?
What?
Oh my god.
No.
Nothing.
No.
Nothing.
No. No.
My god.
No.
Red Rocket, doggy! Red Rocket! Good boy! Is that a civilian power?
No.
That's
I mean,
bad. Bad.
Let's go back to the chameleon for a little bit. When she gets
If
shy, she goes invisible.
I was gonna say, if it isn't tied to her emotions and she can't turn invisible at all, what's the point of her? Or she has a tongue. No, they can't do that. It's Japan. It'll go places. Or yes, do it. It'll go places.
Or the pink one is able to see far away, or something like
glide.
that. Or glide.
You just described a whole bunch of the powers though from Zoojer. You really did, though, if you think about it.
Only
Because
one
they're
of them.
because they're animal people.
Right. Some of them. I mean,
4 of them are. The fish guy is
So-
able to swim. Real good.
so first of all,
The bull dude's strong as shit. And stubborn.
Kyoru was 17, so that much I was able to figure out.
Okay, and then she's older than Kotoha. Because she
Yeah.
was like, I want to say 14, but I want to say that's lowballing her.
Maybe the Libra guy is able to make things fair somehow. Able to make amazing compromises.
It'd be interesting, but civilian powers get... I am very touchy and choosy with what I like on them. Either it's superhero-ish, or it's kind of interesting. Like, when Power Rangers does civilian powers, it usually gets really dumb.
Like the phasing through walls, making copies, force fields.
Super screaming and the dino skin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
But
the
then
super
again,
speed. Can't forget about the super speed.
super speed's a common power, but they make them superhero level stuff to the point where, why transform? You can do this shit. But Power Rangers is a much, unfortunately, less well-written show.
Yeah.
Does it concern you at all that it was created with input from the U.S.?
I'm actually not. I'm on the fence about that. Either that means it's going to be easier to adapt, or it's going to have Power Rangers weirdness in it. Like, it'll be extra campy, or it won't be dark at all. I do not know how to feel about that.
I want my Time Force dark.
Time Force was amazingly dark.
Yeah.
Huh, that's interesting.
What?
Shinkenger is one of the few Sentai series that they didn't actually give the age of any of the characters.
Really?
With the exception of 2. That Chiaki was 18 and that Kaoru was 17.
But they referenced them, certain ones being young or old.
Right, because they state that Kotoha was younger than Chiaki, and Chiaki has to be 18 since he has to take a college entrance exam at one point. But all the other ones they assume are between the ages of 23 and 26, except that they also know that Genta was a year older than Takaru.
Okay.
That's good
So,
enough.
Yeah, that's all because I actually found where it says it states like they were talking about them not actually being stated.
Okay. Nanami, do you have any hopes or theories about Kyuranger? You've been kind of quiet and or not here.
Nanami-chan, are you there?
No, she's muted right now. She might be busy.
Hello.
Okay. Andy?
We'll find out what's up with her in a few minutes.
Andy, you've been
I didn't
quiet
mute
too.
it.
Oh.
I was gonna
Oh,
say.
that's-
I was trying to say stuff, but
I thought you muted yourself.
I didn't. Because I was laughing my ass off at the red rocket joke.
Yeah, you've been muted for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But personally, I really hope that the series gets a little more mature than the past couple seasons have been.
But with a toss-up of American influences, that could go belly up. We don't know yet.
Oh
We don't
yeah,
know what kind of influence.
it's a
we give
crapshoot,
it.
really.
It's either going to be really well written, or oh god, what did they do to our Sentai?
Get your Americans out of my Japanese.
Oh my god, what if they say it's morphin time? What if in the
It's
opening
morphin'
scene...
time.
No, what if they say, go space?
Go space.
Go ichu... Wait, ikuse uchu! Did I
Time
hear
for
God.
someone?
liftoff.
Wait, was that the music? Woohoo!
I just want to see if they do. I want to know if they're going to be set on a spaceship or if they're actually on an occupied planet.
Yes,
I don't know.
'cause
I'd love-
I want more of the space exploration stuff because I'm into Star Trek right now.
Like, if they handle it, if they do have American influences, I'd want influences from Power Rangers in space, where they're, on the main, they live on the red Zord ship, the red mecha, and they travel to different planets to do whatever's going on. And I would love that. A galactic trip.
Or all the little mini ships make one big ship.
Like, they all combine into a spaceship type thing.
Yeah, an orbital base.
Well,
You will.
each mecha has its individual form, too.
Yeah.
Do you think that will they do individual mecha fights? Because a lot of mechas have individual forms, but they use them for like 2.5 minutes in the whole series.
And that's a total, I think.
I'd like to see individual mech fights more often.
Yeah, I don't expect to see them though because they just don't happen that often.
Yeah.
Especially like in Gokaiger where they just all kind of appeared out of the ship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They did that Russian doll thing.
If you don't use your individual forms, don't have an individual form. It's pointless in toy sales, I get it, but still.
Yeah.
If you're not going to take advantage of them being able to turn into individual things and do something with that, just have them have one giant robot that they all pilot at once.
Don't they sell them as a set anyways?
Usually there's an American toy that's fully put together and an American toy that's separate. In Japan, it comes as a set with all the toys. They can transform into their individual forms and the full mecha.
Yeah. So I think having the individuals was more for the fun of putting it together than it was for the individual sales.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
anyway, if we're going to have like this one big giant Zord and bring it back to like the days of Battle Fever J or Dynaman, I wouldn't be too upset about it because it's still a giant robot. That's still pretty fucking cool.
Mm-hmm. Thing is, if they just have one solid mech that doesn't get combined, they can do a lot more with its design than mismatched colors everywhere. Like, you could do a good designed mecha on its own instead of, I've got a green leg and a red leg and a blue chest. Like, I think the design, it could get a better design if it's one solid mech instead of a combination.
Yeah.
Not saying that multicolored mechs can't be well designed, but it's easier to design one solid mecha instead of 5 individual mechas that become one combo mech.
I mean, depending on what it is, though, what that's based off of. Like with animals, it's like, where would this piece go, where this piece go? But like, if you do like something like trains, or, but like for Jetman, they were planes or jet fighters.
Mm-hmm.
And that next looks really good and really well designed because, one hit just really is all together. But the finished product looks amazing.
Also, at any point in Jetman, did they refer to their cockpit as the nest?
No.
Why didn't they?
Because they weren't really going for a bird motif. It just happened to be birds.
I know, but too easy of a reference to make.
Right.
Well, with stuff like the birdonic wave power that they have, it kind of makes you think, where are all the bird puns? Tweet, motherfuckers.
Probably because they knew it was going to be too easy and such.
Yeah, but that's the fun of the too easy jokes. You have to make them. It's not, it's too easy, I don't do it. Oh, God, I want that.
Well, there that is. That pterodactyl looks very scared.
Well, he has a big old dino dick up against him.
Hey, it's an animal. They stay inside until it gets excited.
That's all I could think of is when you were talking about like the different colors and things combining. I was like, I knew I'd seen that artwork, and I was like, I got to send that over to.
Oh God, that is such an amazing design for a shirt too. I'm like ridiculously jealous.
Pretty sure that's what it is.
Andy,
yeah.
Andy, you're going to have to flash this up on the edited podcast.
Oh, is this what we want the picture to be?
No.